A new season of Dream League comes with a new patch, as it so tends to do, and I feel like these are two of the teams that had to have benefited the most, Avery. These are two teams that are on the up, and with a patch that doesn't go extremely crazy, but maybe shakes things up just a little bit, I feel like these are two teams that could knock it out of the park right away.
Well, you heard what Kuroki said yesterday.
I did.
He was asked in the interview, are you better on a patch that is very old and figured out or on a new patch? And he said, we are way better on a new patch. In fact, he felt they had set the trends for a lot of the top meta picks early on in the last year. So he is uber confident that Nigma will continue to smash it here in Group
He's
stage.
talking about, I guess, ESL 1 Thailand would be... I wonder what period of time Kuro's talking about there, that they felt like they were leading some of the meta changes.
I mean, a lot of it can be scrim-based, too.
Sure.
You can be the first to develop stuff in scrims and never even show up at the LAN where that hero wins the LAN, and you're like, well, we invented that. The amount of times I've heard Bulba say he invented Slane in Dota. May as well have invented the game at this point.
Yeah, what's your claim to fame? What'd you invent?
I don't think I invented anything.
Oh. Why are you here?
Okay. I see how we're going to start today. You know what I might have invented?
What'd you invent?
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
I invented
Okay, the truth is, for the audience listening, the truth is that Avery actually has invented things, but he's actually too humble, surprisingly.
Wait, is that true?
To lay claim to something.
I genuinely don't know. What did I invent? It sounds like you have something.
You have talked about the things that
Oh, yeah,
you
general
did
meta
that
thing. I thought you were talking
specific.
about like a hero-specific thing.
No, no.
Like you did this hero first or whatever.
No.
Yeah, Kuro stole a bunch of my shit back in the day. You know, it's life. Everybody steals from everybody. I stole all my shit from somebody else, though. It's full circle. I do like the coddle mix-up. This was one of the old-school Huskar counters.
Tofu. Oh, GH is going to get you. Oh, he's not.
Barrage is up first.
Yeah, I guess. It would take maybe 2-3 hits. That would be too much for the Rocket Barrage.
This is one of GH's old Siggies. This Naga Siren.
What in the world happened to Malady here?
Trying to contest the pole. I also love 5 Brew. I hope this comes back in the meta. This is one of my favorite 5s to play.
Why?
Because it's Brewmaster. You get to split and you're a Giga Chad god, and then your net worth doesn't matter. You can play super aggressive. You can bait stuff out with the haze. He was really fun. The last patch that Brew 5 got played, if you remember, was when Puppy was playing it. Some of those old majors.
Yeah.
And it was when he had the haze that reflected right clicks onto carries. So he was a really prominent Terrorblade counter. Okay. Because you haze Terrorblade, and then he had like a 35 or 40% chance to just hit himself. Absurdly broken spell. And when you look back on it, just absurdly broken. So this Brew is a little more tame, but if the Urn Vessel gives you more stats in his back, if this hero can play with blood grenades, he has more accessibility to his kit, I'd say now than he did maybe a year ago as a support. And his ult did get buffed in this patch. It got buffed a lot.
Yeah, a decent amount. I would say one of the biggest changes that I'm surprised wasn't a change sooner was the Cyclone now dealing damage on landing. The number of times that we saw Brewmaster players throw somebody up in the air and then think, oh, I'm going to kill him, and then that person just instantly blinks away after coming down from the Cyclone.
The level 1 ult's gotten buffed a lot. You still have to get it at a respectable time to make use of it, but it's a lot stronger than it used to be.
I like support Brewmaster too, but I feel like for maybe different reasons. That's mostly because I hate core Brewmaster so much, because I feel like that hero can fall off a cliff, and his ultimate can be pretty useless pretty quickly. So,
well, that's a huge swarm.
He's gonna get a lot of damage in. Malady's gonna try and chase him down, and Noob can't deal with the swarm fast enough. First blood goes to Malady.
Nice little abuse of this double wave going in with the flag bearer. Can't fight that with double melee hero. Slow attack speed. No way. This lane's really strong with this Weaver.
Yeah, and considering the fact that, well, he gets a Fisher block in, but they can't actually go after the kill because Noob is going to die as Watson runs him down underneath his tier 2. And Yamich doesn't really have the power to punch down Malady, who is level 3 to the Earthshaker's level 1. I mean, considering how weak this Earthshaker is, this is definitely a lane the Gaimin Gladiators should just run over.
They are absolutely running it over. You just missed so many creeps under the tower. You missed a couple range creeps, 0 XP. Need something here.
Trying to get the spear, noob. Oh God, no, he
Not
missed
like
his hit.
Sumail's here.
Yeah, he needed to land that spear so Sumail could land an Illuminate Blast. As it stands, they're just gonna have to do it off the Fissure, and it's not enough damage.
If he gets out here, I mean,
Sumail will get it, and they'll get his courier.
I guess that's an okay rotation in the end for Sumail. He got urn charges. He's trying to salvage this lane, which was just going straight into the abyss.
The support Gyrocopter is working pretty well against the Naga Siren. Normally, this support Naga Siren is a bit of a bully, but Gyro does so much magic damage that Naga Siren can't actually bully out these heroes.
You gotta remember, this Naga is gonna have a break at some point.
Is he though? You think he's actually gonna get to an Aghanim Scepter?
Never know.
GH. Does Ace chase him all the way down now? Gets close. But still, it doesn't really matter if you don't get the kill. You are winning the lane heavily. 31-5 for the Pango. 33-19 for the mid-Huskar. 26-11. Watson, who we've been watching that safe lane, they were demolishing Nigma's off lane. They're doing the worst in CS. So basically, Gaimin Gladiators are just destroying across the board in all three lanes.
Tends to happen when they pick Huskar. They do not lose lanes often. The last pick Huskar.
Yeah, but Nigma had an answer. They mid coddle.
To be fair, the coddle lane wasn't going that bad. It's the side lanes that are really hemorrhaging early.
Yeah, it's the Earthshaker that you shuffled into a support position that is kind of ruining your off lane right now.
Ooh, we'll have to TP out here. Aren't that many stuns in this game lineup? You can use that fact. Pretty dependent on the Pango for control in this game. However, Gaimin don't need a lot of control because you just play Huskar, you go behind the Huskar.
Pretty much. He's going to be blocked in here.
Hey, this is not a play, is it?
Blast doesn't land, and he'll use his ultimate to get up the cliff before GH can catch him. Reel in, but not much damage behind it. Not without the blast coming out from Sumail. He's going to try again here, but Tofu's already crawling out to the side. Another blast that is going to whiff. Sumail not landing whatsoever.
Dire are scanning.
Rather impotent coddle.
You also have this Cauterize now, which definitely helps Huskar play this coddle matchup.
Is under attack.
Extra Dispel in here. Pretty nasty against Solarbind Vessel coddle buildup.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Coddle will get multiple charges off fast, but it hurts your initial burst on this hero a lot.
Well, yesterday you were talking about how you like to see Watson rotating around, playing with the team. Feels like Weaver is a hero that certainly should do that, and we've already seen him make a rotation into that mid lane. So maybe it seems like Gaimin Gladiators agree with your analysis.
Well, I agree with them agreeing with it. Get Watson involved, you're probably going to win the game.
Ghost isn't going to make it very far, but he is going to try and TP away, and there comes that lack of stuns on the side of Gaimin Gladiators.
Homing missile, unless you want to commit ultis in this game. He will escape for now. It does free up a lot of space for Ace, though, who is also going to fast Vessel. So we are back into a Vessel patch. You give the item stats, and everybody just buys it.
I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest, that if it is actually going to be a Vessel patch.
A lot of
it's certainly better for cores, but I feel like it's worse for supports. The all stats versus health.
Probably slightly worse. But there are a lot of supports who I think rather have the stats. Some of the ranged right-clicking cores, for example, like the Murano Wind Ranger type hero, I think would rather have the stats than the raw HP.
Sure, but those guys building Vessel anyway.
They used to. So if Vessel's bad, it's not. Vessel's just a fast item. It instantly pays off if you get one kill. It's not expensive. You can buy early circlet for the lane, which is a nice build-up for it. That's the reason supports used to do it. Good slot utility. You're just a hater, man.
Could be. Gwen. lurking in this bottom lane, but the stuns, is it going to get them? Okay, Watson is able to burst him down. That was a nice quick reaction there from Noob, but maybe he needed to spear Arena in order to survive through that much.
This is turning into a really weird early game. Everybody's just kind of running around, random games happening. Nigma Galaxy have evened it out a bit. As Tofu, he's going to go down here.
Certainly is surrounded.
This feels good for Nigma, though, because that offlane got completely destroyed, and now they're kind of even in this game out. Getting some pickoffs with this Coddle would help a lot. Another big potential one on Malik. He's level 5, not level 6.
Has a Lotus, has 10-1 charges, pulled back in, but they're out of spells.
Man, still tanky. Sister's Shroud, perhaps saving him.
You definitely need the experience for Yamich. You picked up a facet that doesn't do anything until you get at least level 6, so. And Earthshaker's already a very weak support pre-level 6.
He's used to playing Sacrificial.
Yamich or Earthshaker?
Both.
Going after Ghost. Doesn't have Morph yet, but he does have a Mars. Noob with the teleport in. Gaimin Gladiators did not see that coming. Great spear to catch Watson, and defends his carry.
What an awkward move. Normally, I think you're bringing supports into that play. Instead, it's just the 2 cores. You don't have a crazy amount of burst damage. You have Brew ult up right now, and you missed that fight with it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So he's got the Victory Feast facet, which is all percentage-based, which is really valuable for the morph lane. If he's full-on morphing into strength, that percentage-based heal is going to be massive. And then if he's all the way morphed into agility, he's going to get a percentage-based buff on attack damage, which is going to be pretty huge, too.
Well, Slime can absolutely do some work in the team fight if they get there. Right now, Quinn is a little out of control.
Yeah, a little bit.
Man, it's going to be tough to fight this early Roshan on the Huskar if these 2 supports have their ults up. It's a lot of AoE just to run into. You have Song stall it a little bit.
GH still level 5.
That's it.
Ways away from his level 6. And Malady's just going to sit up there. He's got his ultimate. He is welcoming Nigma to try and contest this Roshan.
Gets a scan. They're going to contest.
They're going to try. They're going to run to the Brewmaster. And that Brewmaster, he might get chain stunned here. Got Spirit up, and the final bit of damage comes through. No ulti here.
That's a massive loss.
Tofu, he's going to drop his ultimate. Samael under assault here, but Watson, he got hit by a couple of stuns, wasn't able to chase after Samael. Still, though, Gaimin Gladiators ran enough interference that Quinn was able to pick up the Aegis. Quick spear to take out Tofu. Good read of the situation by Noob, that he can get the kill and still get out. Thinking about fighting Quinn and his Aegis here. Quinn is going to lose his Aegis.
He's just walking 1v5. I mean, what's the idea?
Team, nowhere really close by. Watson's going to come over, but it's far too late for that.
I don't know what that play was from Quinn. I mean, maybe he's upset that his team is throwing away this fight at a very aggressive position and not just playing around the Roshan, but now you just gave away that Aegis for free. Nigma get a lot of kills out of that. The Coddle continues to snowball, and GH does not die, and they have triple Curio. So they're out Curioing you, which will pay off later. That's called investment, Austin.
Your specialty of that. 3 Curios. Do you think it's worth holding for a tier 3 item?
I think,
or even a tier 4, God forbid.
Some of them. But I also think it's kind of a fool's bargain in some ways, you know?
Watch that Malady kill again.
He just did not play the limits there well at all. And Gaimin paid for it dearly. These are the kind of early exchanges they should be winning with the Brew 5 plus the Weaver strength in their early fights.
Well, instead, Malady still has his Primal Split to try and contest the enemy Wisdom Shrine.
This is a
Noob is not going to be able to, okay, he is going to be able to hold this. He was taking a lot of damage, but at the presence of the Morphling, the Weaver backed away, leaving Malady to fend for himself. Malady might turn back into his Brew form, but he's not going to last for long. Gets blasted down by another Illuminate. Nigma Galaxy, they're just pulling heroes. They're pulling a lot of members around the map and winning fights as a result. GH, not quite sure how he ended up there, but...
He's looking for the Wisdom Shrine. We'll pay the price. He's creating space. Still feels like these fights are going Nigma's way, even if they haven't regained net worth lead here. Now they're going to get a tower. This Brew 5 has done nothing in this game.
Yeah. We also haven't really seen anything out of the Pango yet. Like, they just got the kill on the Naga Siren, but got a quick kill. The heal up from the Victory Feast puts Noob into a decent position, so they can still fight if they want.
Getting the levels now on the Shaker. Keep losing these fights.
And Go's coming in from behind, catches Tofu, stuck around for too long as well. Now the Pango comes through the gate, but he doesn't have his ultimate, and they've already lost 2 members, so...
This is starting to get worrisome if you're gaming. This is not a lineup you can fall behind going into the mid-game on. You threw away that first Roshan. There's some serious scale here in this Nigma Galaxy lineup. They have a lot of control between the Shaker and the Mars, whereas your stuns are really limited. So your ability to start a fight is dependent on you being strong enough to run into objectives or force Nigma to fight you. And if you're not ahead and you're not snowballing off Roshans and objectives, you cannot make that happen. So that's the point of concern here for gaming. When you run these kind of lineups, it gets real spooky real fast. I like this Yule's pickup from Noob. Just more control. More threat on the Weaver when he goes in. More threat on the Panda when you go and aggressively try and bait out spells and look for the split. A nice defensive item against the Huskar until some super late Ags comes out. A lot of good utility in this game. And you always have Sleep to really bail you out of a fight. It looks really hard for Gaimin to make an aggressive fight that works out well for them at this point.
Well, with the Blink Dagger on the Pango, they're going to smoke up between him and the Brewmaster. Never mind, Ace reveals himself. Doesn't want to let Tofu take all this farm.
Ace is your only real initiator. Unless you're just walking into people. Which, with the Naga Illusion scouting and the Coddle blasting waves, honestly, pretty hard for Gaimin to just find random heroes on the map. The information's constantly going Nigma Galaxy's way right now. GH has been really annoying with these illusions, blocking camps, scouting heroes out, getting deep wards.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Gotta find ways to have impact with these supports that don't directly impact the fights. And he is very good at it.
He's just sitting here. Soaking experience. Throwing illusions around, cutting off creep waves. In general, just being a nuisance. Smoker's gonna break. Instant Echo Slam onto Ace. They'll try and blow him up with the Illuminate Blast. A little bit more damage. They should be able to get him. He got a really good shield crash, but ultimately not enough. Locked down by the Ensnare from GH. Too much for him. Meanwhile, Tofu, not quite enough burst damage there from Noob. He tries to go for a solo kill. May pay the price for it if Quinn can just get close enough. The slows are going to land, but speared back, Quinn will not be able to catch up to him.
Another sequence where Nigma Galaxy come out a little ahead. They just grind an advantage out in this game.
Yeah, almost back to an even net worth game now after what was a pretty dominant laning phase for Gaimin Gladiators.
I think that throwing away that Roshan fight cost them so much momentum here.
Yeah.
And you have to wait for this Tormentor too. Kind of brutal for these kind of lineups. 5-minute difference on that objective counts for a lot. I think we would have already seen Gaimin take it in this game. Instead, by the time you go there, you're going to have Blink on the Mars. You will, guarantee you have Blink on the Shaker, even in the worst of games. These slower lineups can contest it, and you have Song now.
Buff Searing Signets for both the Mars
Radiant's
and the
top
Naga
tower
Siren.
is
That's going
under
to be
attack.
pretty obnoxious.
Yeah, I feel like we've already seen this a lot today.
Yeah.
Nobody held it, though. Kind of sad.
I don't think it's sad at all. I think it's the right play.
But the Dazoon. The Dazoon Blood Right. That's the dream, right? You hold the Curio, you get the Dazoon, massive AoE. Imagine the Shaker goes in, he echo slams. You get stunned 1,000 units away.
Maybe if he had the other facet, that'd be pretty sick.
I wonder how big he can actually get aftershock radius. It's got to be pretty damn big, right?
Watson, instant echo again. Yamich may have had a slow laning phase, but he is heating up in the mid game now. Blink Dagger paying off big dividends. 2 different big core kills. Ace responds to a bit of aggression here from Nigma Galaxy. Chaining him up. Malady missing the clap there, and the song makes things go really awkward now. The Pango had to TP away, and Malady quick food for Ghost.
Again, how do you take these fights if you're gaming? There's so much counter initiation. You have to just be stronger on the front line and push into Nigma and let them take the fight onto you.
Noob finds the +1, blink forward, Yule's speared back, and then chained by the Fisher. Ghost just being fed kills at this point in time. He is getting massive.
This is completely out of control for Gaimin. They are going to have to do something drastic in this game, probably involving Tormentor or next Roche and this Huskar's BKB to shift the momentum. Because they're bleeding out a lot, and you don't have threat on the Morphling. Even if this is a nerfed Morphling, what is your kill threat on Ghostin? Short of just running him down in a fight. There's no threat on the map.
It's going to be a while. Like, we're waiting for the BKB, and then you need to get the Aghanim Scepter on the Huskar for additional lockdown.
These are all so far away. We're seeing the weakness of this support duo. If you could have snowballed this game and just forced team fight after team fight, their spells would have owned. But now that you have to play the map, they're pretty useless.
Ace rolling Thunder up 2 seconds. Roll up. Rolling Thunder. Oh, he barely got it off. That Fisher. Just a half a second too late there from Yamich.
Watson's got to be careful here. He's completely alone.
He almost killed Yamich, but GH comes in with the mech. GH not going to go for an Aghanim Scepter. He's just going to go the support build up. Mech into Guardian Greaves, which he now has. Goes. Seems like he needs a little help, but they'll get there in the end. GH gets a shard.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. Good try, though. He can Manta out, but he doesn't want to Manta.
So now we have the healing Song of Siren. 5% max HP regen and 4% max mana regen.
There's a lot of sustain in this lineup. You have Coddle Blast going through, Song of Siren heal, Greaves already up for GH, the Mars heal / amp, and then you have this Morphling with Vlad who's life stealing, and it's more generally just Morphling. There's a lot of HP to get through.
Thank you for that excellent replay. And back to the game, 5-13, 3,000 net worth lead for Nigma Galaxy. Still haven't taken that mid tower though.
They don't want to take it, Austin.
Why not?
They want to bait Gaimin in to defending it so they get the fight.
Well, soon that fight should happen around Roshan.
Watson stunned and caught.
Hit the echo and blew up Watson.
Yamich has been on point and instant with these jumps.
He really has been. Now an extra kill. Once again, Noob just finding the +1 with this Yules. It's working out very nicely for him. Can Nigma Galaxy do Roshan themselves? Ghost's going to try for it.
Oh, they absolutely can.
If they lose Roshan with the Huskar lineup, I don't know, man.
This was the period where I feel like Gaimin had to group up and make something happen, and instead they get ganked, lose their carry, lose Roche. They're in massive trouble now.
No contest coming from Gaimin Gladiators. Quinn is going to build into a Scotty next item.
A lot of stats.
That is a lot of
stats. Good against the Morphling. I guess you just got a plan to scale here. I mean, again, you're against so much heal. It makes sense from a logic perspective. You need some anti-healing right now. You got to get it wherever you can. Not a standard Huskar item, though, by any means.
Certainly not going to look great.
Middle tower has fallen.
And now Nigma can get aggressive here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Malady pinned up. He just keeps on frontlining these Nigma like 4 or 5 man plays. Problem is he's never getting on Primal Split. He's never getting away, which has usually been the problem with the Brewmaster. He's really good at breaking these smokes. He gets off the Primal Split. He runs away. All good. But this Brewmaster has just been on a feeding frenzy. 1-7-1.
How it goes sometimes, Austin. It's the way of the brew.
Tip a little bit too much into those barrels.
I mean, sometimes you do the drinking and sometimes the drinking does you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You've been there, my friend. I've seen you at those after parties.
Dire are scanning.
I have not. I appreciate that you think I'm capable of that.
I mean, while we're on the topic, Austin, what are your top 5 Dota players with the highest alcohol intake capability? Let's go, real fast. Name all.
Number 1, PGG.
Okay, well, you're going
100% PGG. I've seen that guy drink far too much.
I didn't think you were going to answer this.
Gets the initiation. I know you didn't. Quinn gets off the BKB, but he can't get out. Still shot down by Ghost. Tofu, the rest will be pretty easily cleaned up. The best that Watson can hope for is a pickoff somewhere in this before he runs away. But he can't even run away. He's going to be pulled back in by Smail Zagadam Scepter. Sure, he's got the BKB and he's going to turn and kill Noob. Don't think he'll be able to do much more with it. Grabs the gem on his way out, though. Shout out to him for pulling that off. Another Shikuchi, and he is away successfully. So, good recovery by Watson, but still terrible fight for Nigma, especially if Ace still dies. And he is dead. Okay, gets even worse. Gaimin Gladiators might just be out of this game 1 already.
It looks really tough. Just don't have an answer for Ghost at this point. New patch, same old Morphling, apparently. Or maybe this draft from Gaimin just cooked a little too much. That's my gut feeling.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you there.
They just got too fancy for their own good, right? You're trying to do too many things, flexing all these heroes around. You end up with an awkward support duo and a Huskar lineup that just falls apart the second you take that one bad fight around the Roche.
Number 2, Puppy. I mean, the man's just got size. You know,
you're really still naming this, huh? This is, you really should not be committing to this bit. It's a dangerous bit.
Watson, he still has his ult. He's going to have to pop it to dodge the spear. Shikuchi up in a second.
He's got some moves,
but yeah, I think he's run out of moves. Will get blasted down. And at this point, I guess they are actually just going to look to maybe end the game. No carry for 45 seconds. Gaimin Gladiators, they could hardly take a team fight before.
I mean, you have Butterfly, Aegis on Ghost. No one's touching him right now. With all that sustain behind him.
That's certainly not the Huskar, which is supposed to be the secondary threat of Gaimin Gladiators. He's not even here right now. He's farming bottom. He's going to TP in, Rolling Thunder, see what they can get. They're going to go after Samael. Caught him. The Coddle probably going to die to Spears, but Quinn is just wiped out by Ghost, who turns into the Huskar. Sure, they eventually got Samael, but what about Ghost Morphling? Man is untouchable. Ace gets the other side. Watson's already called it. Watson is out. He says, GG, I'm done. Disconnects.
I mean, to be fair, I think he probably played the best in that game.
Yeah, I think so too.
He at least made a couple moves happen. He had this BKB timing on the Weir.
To tie one hand behind their back for this game 2. They drafted an off-lane Vengeful Spirit, Avery.
I have absolutely zero faith in it. For the record.
Me too. Me too.
His stun did get increased by 0.1 second, though.
Oh my god, that's going to be so good. He's got 2 more damage at level 1. Very potent. I don't know, man. Never a fan of offlane Venge. Well, actually, I am a fan of offlane Venge. That's why I just don't think it's good, because I know it's not good.
They really went in on countering this Doom pick, which I can respect, because this hero's being first picked. He's been dominating the tournament. Yeah, you're on a new patch, but it's still Doom. You know, they got the Naga support. They got the Venge that can swap people out. You have an insta-hex on the roster. In theory, Watson's game can be pretty difficult. SF is a good matchup against this hero when you have saves behind him, particularly the carry SF, who just right-clicks you down. But man, this Darks hero looks super solid this game. In combination with the Clockwork, you can play really fast. You can abuse these two supports super heavily. If they ever get stuck in cogs with Battery Assault Shell going off. And the wall illusions off this Venge and SF are just nasty. So you don't have a traditional right clicker in this gaming lineup, but I don't know if you need it when it's this good of a Darkseer game just off the wall for Replica.
GH is definitely going to need to be able to come in clutch with the song, because eventually you're going to get a good vacuum wall, and really your only answer to it is GH pulling a full reset on the team fight with the song.
I do like that Nigma ended up putting the SF on carry and picking another mid there, because I think their lineup looked way too single target, lack of map control oriented for me. Yeah. I think Ember gave them a lot of that and rebalanced their lineup. Gave them an initiator, a frontliner, a hero that can start the fight, play aggressive poke. Does a lot for them here. So I like that switch up. I think that was very called for. This gaming lineup is just very scary if it gets out of control.
Not too much damage, Scorched Earth used, so Yamich and Noob might be able to do a little bit better in the lane once that's down. But as it stands, Shadow Shaman, decent laner, but up against Ringmaster, that's tough. It's just, you're outranged almost the entire time, not to mention you're getting dagger spammed. Not a particularly fast hero.
Did Tofu misclick, by the way?
On which part?
Well, he did take the chainmail, yeah. This has to be a misclick, right? Like, infinite scale, infinite chainmails.
Yeah.
You know what I think they should do?
I've never heard of a worse facet in my life.
It is the literal garbage can facet. You throw your net worth into it, and it eats it up the whole game and makes you bigger and more useless.
Call it garbage disposal.
The disposal facet.
It makes a whirring sound when you put the chainmail.
Goodbye to your goal. Now, if I were Valve, and this is how you know I'm not, because I'm more sadistic. I would have made that facet that you can eat any chainmail.
There's an idea.
You just chomp on some enemy's chainmail in the fight, or grief your allies' chainmail.
I was going to say, you're going to get mid-Clockworks telling their allies to buy chainmail.
Or pool him chainmails, that's right. Think of it. 4 players all pooling a little Keen Goblin the chainmails to make him an untouchable armor god, 100% physical resistance, 30 minutes in. What can you do against this Frankenstein?
Iron Man.
He walks down a lane. You can't do anything. He A-clicks your throne. Until he gets,
can you hit the Clockwork? I've tried, but he's literally taking no damage.
3 times and dies, but you know.
First blood gets picked up top lane. The Shadow Shaman Vengeful Spirit lane comes in clutch and kills Malady.
Not what I would have expected.
And they're going to get a second one. Watson.
I had launch charges, but yeah, he's dead.
He's still dead. You're fighting up against a Shaman. 1v2.
This just feels like some misplay. I mean, this is a strong lane stats-wise. You have 5 armor, 6 armor, close to 80 base damage on the Shaman. You have a lot of stats you can pile in with this duo, particularly with that wave going through on some low armor heroes in the Ringmaster at least, but man, I just don't think you should ever lose lane with Ringmaster. He outranges everybody. You can always just perma-spam daggers. It's felt like Gaimin getting a little too ahead of themselves on this lane, and Nigma Galaxy taking advantage of it. This Venge is crushing right now.
Top network. Though it is going to be trickling down a little bit as he takes a full walk back to base. But fortunately with completed trade, nice vacuum. Vacuum into Cogs. GH pretty quick at killing those Cogs though. Can they run him down with the Ion Shell? Looks like he's going to get out of range here. Lotus gets given away. And Ghost should survive. GH will not. Maybe Ghost actually. Ace, he mans up for it. Gets hit by 1 wreck, and now another one with a blood grenade coming in. Ace wins the fight. He gets that kill. Now he's going to be locked down by the shackles of the Shadow Shaman. Yamich hits him with the Hex, follows it up. A blood grenade not needed Yamich, big rotation coming out from him, gets the double.
Yamich is owning, man.
He is.
This guy is making a case for himself this event. He has been a tremendous stand-in for this team. And he is having another fantastic game here. Already level 5. That is wild. Is he the highest level? He's almost the highest level in the game. How is that even possible? The only higher levels in this game are these 2 mid laners. We're both level 6. But he's outpacing everybody else. With a 3-0 start, this Shadow Shaman. He is going to do some deeps.
Man has not been on a team for 4 months. He was on 9 Pandas at the start of the season. Got moved off of it around the start of the new year.
Ruin spawns top. It's a regen. Quinn would have liked that one, but Nigma Galaxy rotate everybody to take it away. We are seeing the lane swing back towards Gaimin. They just have really strong heroes that are going to push the waves out always by farm in this game. So it is good that Nigma found a little bit of an early start here. But I have another question for you, Austin. Did this Shaman misclick?
He didn't take the Gig Award?
No.
Disappointing.
I don't understand. Like, what is the point of this? Are you trying to win or are you trying to send a message?
I think they're trying to win.
No, that's incorrect. You should be trying to send a message.
Okay, well, Nigma Galaxy do have something to play for. Gaimin Gladiators already being invited.
Wait, what kind of damage? Maybe he didn't take the Gig Award because he assumed you were going to have the Chainmail Clockwork, who would have 100% physical resist.
Right.
So therefore, dropping the Gig Award against the physical monstrosity clock doesn't do any damage. So he had to change it out. But he baited himself. Baited himself out of a good facet.
Malady now in the off lane, trying to trade out a bit with GH. That's quite the analysis you're giving us, Avery. That's why I get so mad when I read those comments about like, oh, this guy really doesn't provide anything to the broadcast. He doesn't say anything smart. I never learn anything when listening to Avery.
What comments are those?
What? I don't know.
What are you talking about? You mean the comments you write on your alt account? The only guy I know it's you. It's okay. I've been shitting on you for years.
Is that why you partnered up with me, just so you could make it a little bit easier on your life?
Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer.
Gaimin Gladiators just abandoning that safe lane and keeping the support presence down here. Nigma Galaxy seem a little uncertain. Are they giving up this tower? Or are they going to fight? They're going to fight. They're going to need some additional help, that's for sure.
This is a scary fight into this Darkseer clock. Yeah, you got to bring the Ember if you want to do this.
Tofu going to try and protect him. Wall gets thrown out at the same time as the Cogs. A little awkward. They pull back Tofu in, but nice tame the beast. It's only going to be a momentary respite, though. Tofu still going to die, likely as the slight. Maybe that's not enough, but another one.
Good salve.
Just imagine if he had more armor. This next slight maybe wouldn't have killed him.
That's still a big chase down for Sumail. That's a lot of time. Again, Gaimin aren't falling behind in this early game.
Tower is under attack.
They're not finding momentum, but they're not falling behind. Nigma Galaxy finding these little pickoffs.
Yeah, meanwhile, Quinn has an experienced lead now.
Yep. He's just farming away.
He went into the hard camp. I don't know if there was a stack there at all, but he cleared that out. The enemy triangle hard camp, that is.
Chipped. We saw a chip fest for Ace. That's gotta be nice.
Yeah, that number is really high, by the way.
Yeah, I feel like this is a
30 typo. Damage to heroes?
I mean, I'm more surprised by 20 to creeps. Who cares about the hero with this?
I think they're both
it's a farming item. This is where you could have that Gig Award, but
I don't think it's needed against the one melee creep and one range creep pushing into him.
They gotta find some levels for Tofu. Gotta get some connections down here. This ward is scouting
This
Ghost.
connection would be really sick, and they run right into Ghost.
Too easy with that ward.
Okay, got the swamp off. Can he get out the Requiem? No.
Might lose
Got
both.
the battery assault hits in, and Noob swaps in just to die alongside his Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, that's kind of been my experience with the offlane Venge.
Yep.
Your spells are just kind of bad.
Melody pulled in. This is a big dive here. Sumail's going to join him. That'll make things a little bit easier. Escape back will dodge a bit of the damage. And with the Doom here chasing after Gamage, Gamage is looking pretty done here. Watson with the Scorched Earth doesn't even have to worry about the extra little flat foul play action.
Did get the tower and is self-denying some of the wards. Now you can do that because you don't have the Giggle wards, but unfortunately, it's another exchange that kind of goes Gaimin's way. Not something the Venge gets involved in at all. Pretty sad for Noob in this early game. And you held the Doom, which is why Sumail has to leave that fight instantly. Also, nice pickup for Watson with this ice armor. I could see him keeping this for a while.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really good ice armor game.
All 3 cores of Nigma Galaxy are going to be pretty focused on physical damage.
And it's a minus armor oriented lineup.
Yeah.
Plus, you can throw this ice armor on your Clockwork, who misclicked as fast and kind of make up for that.
Yeah.
That's like a chainmail and a half. Still, you get that mid tower. This will open up space for Sumail. He's going to try and use it. Play aggressive, scout enemy heroes. Look for the next power rune. You can get an amp damage or haste.
Oh, that's the first time I've seen that one. Kobold Cup. 10% movement speed on activation.
I like it. You know, they finally gave the Kobold some presence in the world of Dota 2. I think they've been on the outskirts of the lore for too long, some might argue.
Yeah, they only show up in stadium events when we go to them for fill time in a slow game. But now the chalice has been passed on to the
you're talking about Birmingham.
Dire's middle tower.
yeah. It would be probably the #1 Dota 2 event when it comes to
Kobold lore, yes. That's
yes, sure.
Yeah, people at those events really know the lore.
They love the Kobold.
This
That's
time,
for sure.
it's Nigma to go for the Curios. And will they once again be victorious with the extra Curio selection? Worked out so far.
Watson spotted on the slight chains. He's tough to bring down, though, with this ice armor. Yeah, but the TP's coming in. They're just going to have to give up on this. In fact, Gaimin Gladiators, they're going to swarm outside of their tower area, chase after these supports. Got the swap back, trying to get the kill onto the Clockwork. Doesn't quite die. Bounce back by the Cogs. The Clockwork stays alive. A full wand heal. But look at this group up. Oh, it's going to be a sick-ass Requiem. Hitting on 3 different heroes. Not quite enough to blow up Ace. Oh, Quinn comes in. Does manage to kill the Shadow Fiend. Takes a lot of damage from the Death Requiem. Ace, he can't finish off the Shadow Shaman Tofu. He tries to protect him with the Cogs, but now he's in trouble. Slight chained up. He dies. Quinn, he's going to make a run for it. GH and Sumail, they're going to catch him. Oh, jump.
On jump.
But Noob is there with the missile. Triple kill for Sumail. GH. What a song set up there. 3 heroes clumped up together for just the perfect Requiem.
That was absolutely beautiful synergy. And you know what sets all that up? Arcane Rune on Sumail. It's a product of getting that mid-tier 1 tower down, him having the extra map control. He goes to that fight. He has Arcane Rune. So many slides going off. So much mana capacity.
Dire's top
And you get the wombo combo you were looking for in this early game off a rough initiation, honestly. This is not the guy you want to go on with the ice armor. This looked like it was going to be better for Gaimin. The fact Tofu comes in with half HP really hurts them here.
Yeah, he can't commit to the fight, really.
You are clumped. Pull that Doom in right on top of him. Timed it pretty damn perfect as well.
Oh, yeah.
Not going to get much better than that. It's a nice wall turnaround, though. We are seeing the power of darts here in these fights. Like, Ace did some work here. And if this Shaman had gone down earlier, this fight, I think, can easily go Gaimin's way. But again, the fact that Tofu was half HP, he gets caught out by Noob on the side. He has to kite for his life. You don't have this Clockwork in the midst of all of them causing a disruption. It's a big factor. Nigma
Back in real time, Tofu escaping his fate there with a nice hook shot.
It's crazy that Gaimin are still up net worth on all their cores.
Oh yeah, they are.
Despite losing that fight, losing out on the kills. I guess some of it's Doom Darkseer just farming a lot no matter what. But now you have this Mage Slayer done for Sumail. That's a huge item in this game. You don't have any big physical damage in this game and lineup. This Mage Slayer is going to do work in these fights.
It's true. I didn't realize. Nigma Galaxy, very clear that they have a physical damage focus, but didn't realize Gaimin Gladiators completely lack that.
It always happens with these carry dooms. You can power through it for sure.
Yeah, it's getting super aggressive. So much so that it's a rather easy cleanup kill. Trying to go for the Ancient Creep denied, but nope, that is going to be another galvanized stack for Quinn.
You're still going to have to respect the 5-man here out of this gaming line, particularly with all the auras Ace is going to build up this game. He's
trying to force things. Looping behind, taking the fight with the Mage Slayer. Now the jump in, Quinn, he's going to go after the Ember. Not sure what he wants to go after. A Requiem hits, not doing that much damage. Tofu, swap back in. Hook shot onto 2. They're pretty grouped up here, but GH again. The song setups are perfect this time. Wait,
there's no Requiem.
They're canceled. Ghost, they're going to have to fight this one out. They're going to go into the corner and try and battle it out. They've already taken out Ace, but GH is already dead. And Gaimin Gladiators, they're going to start swarming in with all these heroes. Tofu, he'll give up his life to catch more. It's going to be Noob. He falls with the Aghanim Scepter, has an extra life though. Meanwhile, the Shadow Shaman pulled back in by Quinn. Looks to finish him off, but a swap, that might have just bailed him out. Now Quinn has to use the rest of his mana to get away. The Shadow Shaman survives again.
Yamich coming back into this fight, and such a nuisance for the second half. You just didn't get a good Doom off. You don't get it off till way later there. It just gets tanked. Well, I guess it kills the Venge, but Venge had Ags for that fight.
That was
so
a sick call.
That
was a sick call from Nigma Galaxy to like not cancel the TP on the Shadow Fiend and actually fight that out.
I did not think it was going to go as well, considering he already threw out the Requiem and it did basically nothing. But you basically end up trading 0 value Requiem for 0 value Doom. And then you have this Ags timing on Noob. That's why they really wanted to take that fight. They know how strong it is at this point. Did some work there. You buff up this SF. If he survives the entire fight, he's going to cause trouble.
Noob swapping in, but he did not realize there was more behind that Ringmaster. He'll die once. Does he die a second time? You're going to trap him inside the cogs. They are going to try and finish him off here. The Wheel of Wonder catches the SF Noob. He managed to finish off Tofu at least before his illusion dies.
That's a 1-on-3.
Mail from behind, checking for Malady. Doesn't find him.
Got a shield rune in his bottle as well.
They know where he is, though. He's got a scan.
He might dive this.
I think he dives it. TP waste light, but no chain.
King shows mercy.
Guess so. Smoke temp back to the other side of the map.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Or not, because you trapped yourself in the trees.
Oops. Oh, that makes things really weird.
A little slower on this play for sure. They're looking for the Darkseer down here. Might still get him, though. Has a chance to hit.
Oh, he surges away. Oh, Yamich. I think they would have caught him if he was going through the gate. Unfortunate.
Still will yield some map control, and you have wards to drop if you want to get this tier 1 bottom. Look for more. Nigma Galaxy just want to fight right now. They know how strong Noob and Sumail are. Particularly with all the power runes this Ember is getting. He's shielded up and has a haste in the bottle. He's just gotten, feels like, every power rune in this game.
Still got the swap. Level 2 swap, long range. And
gotta be
Gaimin
careful.
Gladiators trying to decide. They're committing pretty heavily onto a clockwork. Can they fight this, or will they leave him behind? Escape back doesn't give him out of the Serpent Wards, so he's still stuck.
Took them a while. That kind of fight you have to be careful of. You don't want to clump in and get big vacuum. What you really want to avoid if you're Nigma is Doom landing on the Ember. It's the only real control that's going to bring Sumail down in these fights. And it has to be what Watson is looking for. But Nigma make another nice move. Get a pick off straight into the Roche. You get Aegises for the SF this game. It's absolutely massive. Oh yeah. I don't know how you bring him down twice.
Extra life on the SF, extra life on the Venge. This is bringing more bodies to the table.
This is one of those push lineups that can really end the game fast, out of nowhere, if you lose a fight near your base. Drop the wards. Wars buff up the SF damage. He just goes to work.
Speaking of auras, where does Ace go next? He's got 1,800 gold alongside his Greaves Vanguard. You feel like Crimson is better at this game?
It's either Crimson or the Ags, right? It's a pretty good normal punch game.
That's true.
Oh, they found the Doom. Sumail getting a little too greedy on those power runes. He knows it. And one will finally go Gaimin's ways. Plus the big kill.
Nigma Galaxy will get something in exchange for it, though. Take Tormentor.
Nice shard, too.
Yeah.
Naga. Now you have Mech Shard, Naga, a lot of extra heal out of nowhere. Big buff up for GH in this game as his Greaves is done.
Yeah, the fact that he's kind of keeping up with Ace when it comes to aura items is pretty crazy.
This hero farms incredibly fast.
What you doing there, Malady? He's gonna hop down and steal the Wisdom Shrine.
Radiant's middle tower.
Both gonna go Gaimin's way.
That's quite the move. Well played.
Well, assuming they take theirs. That is horrific. Do not show me that again.
That was kind of spooky.
I had a neighbor who used to look through my windows like that.
No.
All right, story time's over for the day. That's the story.
Is that the point of DreamLeague we gotten to already?
What?
Avery's traumatic childhood memories.
Turns out it was the alien guy. I'm kidding. That's a throwback. See, that's why you got to watch all the episodes of DreamLeague.
Right, of course.
Otherwise, you miss the
callback.
The callbacks. That's right. The consistent storytelling. It all weaves together at the end.
Can't wait for what you weave into the finals.
3 minutes on this Aegis. If you want to push, I think you can absolutely go high ground early in this game. And I think it's very tempting if you're Nigma Galaxy here. Oh, they caught him.
Damage going in deep. Malady
caught him sleeping.
Yeah.
Put him to sleep.
And now Ghost is going to go from that to, I assume, taking mid-tier 2 after this. But yeah, the option is still open to go high ground if they wanted to.
I would just drop and go high ground, because the second anybody shows, you just swap them in. What are you afraid of, right, with this Aegis on SF?
Yeah, and a song to reset things if things go really, really bad. Might as well try.
I think this was the high ground here. I think Nigma are playing too conservative right now.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, they still have 2 minutes.
Yeah, of course, nothing they're doing is bad. But that could have been a backbreaker. You don't have BKB yet on the Doom?
Radiant's top tower.
You have BKB on the Storm. Quinn would have had it for that.
Yeah, he goes back to it.
I think this is the correct call. 2 minutes on this Aegis with swap song behind you.
Scary part is going to be BKB on the Doom. So now the song is not a guaranteed reset.
Okay, he did finish it in time. Yeah, now it's a bit scarier. If you could have gone high ground before the BKBs come out, I think that's a really scary fight for Gaimin to take. Now they're a bit more confident, and they will just 5-man smoke out into this Aegis.
This
could be disastrous for them. They don't get a good vacuum wall. Oh, Sumail just breaks it.
Breaks it entirely, and now they manage to get the Hex initiation from Malady to follow that up. It's going to be a vacuum wall that's pretty decent from Ace. Caught 3 heroes inside of it. Watson, he's going to pop his BKB, but it's just the Aegis for now. He throws out the Doom. They go for the Ember Spear. They want him, but the song comes into play. That stops him, but it looks like GH is just going to die. It's too much AoE damage. Between the Ion Shell and the Scorched Earth, the Requiem goes out, but they're still chasing down Sumail, and right as the Doom expired, they got the kill on him. He wasn't able to get the jump away in the last half second. Noob will lose his illusion. Nigma lose almost everything for that fight.
That looked like such a good initiation, and it went so wrong because the BKBs are just too damn strong here for Nigma Galaxy, and that Ion Shell Doom running you down. Gets a couple crits in with the Alpha Wolf. That is some serious DPS. Nice vacuum wall from Ace. That's exactly what
trying to punish Ace. They don't have all their heroes yet on the side of Nigma Galaxy. This is not necessarily the cleanest thing in the world. Ghost already down to half HP. Tofu limping away after Yamage. Won't be able to catch up to him. He will end up dying. Gaimin Gladiators will take the tower, take the loss. Oh, Yamage! He won't die to the dagger. Random dagger thrown out by Malady. Almost killed him.
I love how aggressive he's playing. This guy just goes in, man.
He does.
And it's making some action happen. Downside of Ghost not going for BKB is you can't just BKB sit in the middle of that wall and Requiem it out.
Nice play from Sumail. Waited out the escape back. Uses the
Great
slight
back at the
change
bait.
afterwards. Not enough to get the kill, but good attempt.
Is this a situation where they want to push? Nah, I mean, you have some ults on cooldown, but this window's way too tight.
Yeah, I feel like that's how you throw away the game.
It is. I'm going to wait for this next Roshan. You just have to walk in and stop this Shaman. It's so annoying. If you can BKB Requiem here, I think it displaces this fight a bit, but the damage is kind of already being done. You landed the Doom on the Ember. The Doom gets to walk this Naga down and barely kills him before
GH got like
out.
3 shot by that Doom.
It was some serious deeps. Straight
Oh,
back.
back inside the game. Oh, wall goes out, and they've caught the Shadow Fiend. A swap goes off, though. Oh, and a force tap out to the high ground goes. Now he's going to drop the Requiem. BKB on Quinn. He ignores it, goes for the kill. He's almost got him, and he does. Oh, he was just about to TP out. It was so damn close. Thinking he probably regrets using the Requiem. Maybe just needed just flat TP.
That's a big blow in this game. You cannot have this SF die too many more times here. Your lineup is completely built around him. This Doom has been a menace on the front line. With the auras to back it up, it feels like Ace is the linchpin of this lineup right now, and you don't have easy ways to go on him. Every aura he gets is going to scale so well for Gaimin here. Because a lot of your damage from Nigma is based on the SF being able to stay in the fight and hit people.
His Blink Dagger pickoff certainly is paid off. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, you need Blink in this game. This is crazy close. You have some Impalement Arts doing some tick damage.
0.1. Oh.
Now Radiance burned at the last second as well. This is, again, the downside, no BKB on the SF. It's
Radiant's middle tower.
It's very hard to determine exactly where you want it in this game. Tried to get a little greedy with it, some extra defensive items early, but now he's going to go back for it. But the big question is, did it cost you too much installing that out?
Gave up quite the advantage to Gaimin Gladiators. Not necessarily net worth, but it does feel like momentum-wise is they're about to get a next round of items. Pipe is going to be coming in very soon for Ace, so the tanky heroes just get tankier. And the Quinn Storm Spirit is up to 19 galvanized stat.
Not at GPK level yet.
Not
He's
quite.
working on it.
But it is a pretty high amount of mana regen he's rocking right now.
Got himself a tough Shiv. Not as strong as the...
Long sip all the way across the map to go for the Vengeful Spirit. And unfortunately, because of the clockwork, there's really no chance of him getting out even with his illusion. Yeah, I'm just going to jump in. Requiem goes out. Quinn got hit by it. BKB goes down, and he really doesn't take that much damage. Maybe he overcommitted his mana a little bit. Nice vacuum wall, though. Song is going to be used to reset a bit. Sumail feeling like he can't chase after Quinn. They just have to get out of here. There's no way.
Smart call. You have an SF illusion there. Not a fun place to fight. BKB available for Watson. This storm is causing some problems for Nigma Galaxy. Could not find the shackle on him. And it's going to get tough. You have two supports that can bail Quinn out when he goes in deep. A hook shot and escape act can both reset the shaman control.
Yeah. And we saw, like, he popped BKB. The Shadow Fiend hit him a good number of times, but it did, like, no damage. Storm Spirit has so much armor. He's got 27 armor. Tofu, Force Staff, and Cogs should be okay.
Brawl in mid lane.
Tried to go for the swap. They got the Doom onto the Ember Spirit, but he's going to be Glimmered. Oh, what a vacuum! Hitting all four heroes down the follow-up. They grab some of the supports. They can at least get that much. Meanwhile, Sumail still being chased down by this Doom. They do have the magic missile. The Doom is warned off. Sumail feels like he can go back in. He's going to try. Escape back. Oh, Watson gets over to the high ground there, away from danger. He was getting a little bit low from the damage from Ghost, while Quinn gets a grab on him. Ace, they surround him. The Shadow Fiend's in trouble. He's being peppered by attacks. Then Snare goes down onto Quinn. Quinn, he almost dies, but he gets a zip up to the high ground, and away he goes outside of the Death Requiem. Sumail, he can't finish off Watson either. An instant buyback. Sumail, he wants this kill. He wants it so badly, but the grease goes off, and escape back, and now Sumail is out of remnants. Oh no, it's a dieback for Sumail.
The auras are way too strong. The amount of bailouts in this fight. The Force Staff on the Doom to get him over the cliff. The sustain that Ace is providing right now. Nigma Galaxy do not have the damage. And they are running out of time to get it here. That just killed the Embers game. The Ven just falling behind. This SF still doesn't have BKB.
Avenge is falling behind?
That's right, Austin.
I can't believe it.
If you don't win the fights on this hero, you're not doing much else.
Man, what a vacuum.
It's just so much damage with the Ion Shell Radiance, Scorched Earth. Everyone's just getting burned forever.
Yeah, there's no serious wombo combo behind the vacuum, but it just sets everybody up to get burned for at least like 300 damage between the Ion Shell, Scorched Earth.
The fact you're able to reset Watson there is huge. And the fact that Quinn does not go down here.
Yeah, when he caught by this ensnare from GH, it looked like he was done for. Samael, if he put some damage on Quinn, Quinn maybe could have died.
But that's Greaves, right?
Yep.
This is the effect of the auras, the extra sustain, the extra armor.
And here comes the heals.
And at this point, you know you're screwed. Oh, well.
Snap decision by Samael to try and pick up the kill on Watson or get out has cost him dearly. He is now well behind any of the cores on Gaimin Gladiators, who just picked up the Roshan. They're going to have AC next, so the auras, they are beginning to get a lot more complicated. It's not just the Darkseer providing you auras, now it's going to be the Doom as well.
Pipe, Crimson, Greaves, Radiance, AC. That's a lot. You're only missing Shivas, really.
Yeah, and Quinn's going to go for that. Wow, they really do have full coverage.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you're missing is if you could start pulling chainmails to this guy.
Would be pretty sick about this point in time in the game. Shard for Noob. So we'll see some bouncing magic missiles.
0.1 second extra. It's done.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
That is true. 0.1 becomes 0.2 with 2 hits, I guess.
Never underestimate the tiny changes. Kick off play.
Team's going to need to come through the gate for this. He's got the Aegis, so he's not even dying that fast. They've already almost given up on the kill. Yamich had to stick around, and he'll die for it. Does Noob get out? Gonna try and chase after him, but I think they're far enough away. Should be fine.
Kind of an okay trade. Get this Aegis off the field. Only for a Shaman. Space for Ghost. Did finish that BKB, so will be a much different fight for the SF. He can be Requiem off of a song setup or just defensively stand his ground a bit more. But he's fallen behind in this game. His net worth is fine, but this is not where you wanted him to be with a lineup built around him as the anchor.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He needed to be an item ahead this game. Tofu eyeing him up here.
Yeah, he's setting it up. The Shadow Fiend is going to get caught here. Tofu force staffing down.
Wants to save the hook shot.
Yeah, he wants to save it. Let's see if he can get him inside. Okay, the Hurricane Pike goes off. Now he pretty much has to use the hook.
Or does he?
Now the swap goes down.
Use the hook.
Watson's still chasing though. Ace is going to come in, help with the vacuum. They got him. Vacuum him back into the Doom, but GH with the full reset. The Shadow Fiend is not going to die.
That is like the ultimate Nightfall.
It kind of is, yeah.
BKB TP under song.
He actually almost died. He went down to 70 HP. Pretty crazy. But it does leave them without a Shadow Fiend, so Gaimin Gladiators just kind of run down whatever heroes they can get. Good attempt by Malady, trying to get the sneaky kill onto Samael there. Samael still gets grabbed by Quinn, and he follow-up disables. A swap went onto Tofu. I don't think that's what he wanted to use, but Samael gets out nonetheless. But it does put Noob in the danger zone. He dies once.
Requiem.
Another swap.
Off the mark.
Couldn't get it on the Storm Spirit. He was looking for it. Now it's a swap back Ace instead. This is not a clearly won engagement, though. Gaimin Gladiators are willing to turn. It's only 3 members. The Shadow Fiend's going to be surrounded. He's in big-time trouble. So many heroes. Damage going out, though, is big time. Gaimin Gladiators do take a lot. Samael's going to be able to clean up a little bit here. Between him and Noob, they take out 2. Watson is still the big bad Doom, though, surrounded by 3 heroes fighting it out with the Ion Shell. Can he get a single kill out of this? Looks like GH will be able to keep himself alive with a Ghost Scepter. Noob barely keeps from taking out. They all survive. Outside of the Shadow Fiend, of course.
I'll be honest, I don't really understand how Nigma won this fight. Like,
Me neither.
I do not know.
I think Noob bought back on his illusion.
Yeah, so it's like
So
four.
he had like 4 Vengeful Spirits in that fight.
I mean, I guess. Still, your SF went down. The Requiem hit basically nothing. It's just Sumail, man. 3 Flame Guards, 9 Remnants, 7 Chains, 9 Slights. 13,000 damage from that Doom, by the way. That is pretty disgusting. What you wouldn't do to have Blink BKB Requiem when they're clumped like this.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you still get interrupted, but with Doom on cooldown there, you could get aggressive for sure. Instead, you have to just Requiem off to the side of the fight. We'll see the SF down below. Ghost channeling it from that tree, but you get nothing out of it. This is where I thought this fight does not look great for Nigma Galaxy. You're down kind of 1.5 heroes with the bench still being up. You're chasing into the auras that are resetting on cooldowns.
And then they get on top of the Shadow Fiend. That feels like that should be the death note for them. But then Sumail, I mean, he pops off, man.
Yeah, he just shoes him up. Venge buyback did end up doing a lot of work here, I guess.
Yeah, I did.
Economic damage, but you win that fight. Claw your way back in this game. You take down that big bad Doom.
He's going to go Scotty next. Seems like everybody likes the Scotty. Or maybe it's just Gaimin Gladiators. Noob, not long for this world.
That's his dieback.
He'll keep his illusion out, though. So that's big. Okay, maybe he won't. Topu still wants it. He says, guys, that's a dieback.
Yeah, they're going to song for it. He can't get out, though.
He's stuck.
What?
Well, he can't hit the cogs because I guess the song has made them invulnerable.
Well, that is awkward.
That's really bad.
What? Okay, well, he's dead for 9. What was that?
It's the bigger cogs, too. You thought he would have been able to walk out between the lines, right?
GH with the old helping hand. I got you, bro. Nullifier is now online for Sumail. Found an amp damage. He has Ags as well. And he got the Dazoon Blood Right, Austin.
Oh my god.
Mega AoE on this Ember Spirit. Probably not the best hero for it, but
okay, so
when you're playing Chain Gang.
Yeah, bigger Flame Guard, bigger Sleight of Fist, bigger Remnant explosions. I guess so.
Bigger balls, Austin, to go for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this should chunk his health a lot. He's casting a lot of spells in the fight. It's not an insignificant amount of health.
Watson got giant small. That's a big bad Doom right there. When he hits you with that Infernal Blade, it's not just an Infernal Blade, it's a crushing blow.
That is very thematic. I approve.
Basically, if the Doom gets on top of you, you're not getting away.
Why is this icon like so much cooler than half the other ones?
Because flames are badass.
I feel like, in fact, the items they added all have badass icons.
Yeah.
You have this demonic book with blood dripping out. You have this molten hammer. And then there's just, like, random trash in the game, you know? Like Morphling. In fact, I'm pretty sure this stupid Dazoon Bloodright Tome icon has more polygons than Morphling's model.
You're probably right about that. Avery, as a teenager, did you rock the black jeans with the flames, the scorched flames at the bottom?
No, I'm not a nerd.
Okay, I mean, it just sounds like you were really into it there.
Unlike you, Austin, I wasn't hanging out at Hot Topic, smoking doobies behind the mall. I was trying to go to college.
Yeah, how'd that fare for you in your...
It worked well.
Yeah?
And then, you know, life takes you in a lot of different directions. We do get a second blood right.
Shiva's long zip in, checking out the corners of the map, and Quinn did find something. He found Noob.
It's going to take a while. Nigma going to respond.
Yeah, and Quinn has used a decent amount of his mana.
Yeah,
now he's got a good amount of mana regen.
This looks bad for him.
It is looking really bad now that he's been caught by the Shadow Shaman. What a wheel, and now the vacuum and hit on 3.
Oh
they
my
got
God.
the Doom on the Ember Spirit. Quinn was caught, but Ace, Guardian Angel as ever, comes in with a sick vacuum. Malady followed it up with a better wheel. They're going to try and finish off Quinn still, but
How is he alive? He's Horus, man.
They're just too damn healthy all the time. Buybacks being used by multiple heroes, and they still can't get a single kill out of this.
You got a feel for Nigma Galaxy in this game. They have outputted so much damage in these fights, and it's just been absorbed. Mail likely going to go down. Yeah, I mean, whipped into the vacuum.
The second dieback for Samael in the game. I wonder how many times in his career he's had 2 diebacks in a single game.
Well, he did play in NA for a while, so.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Doesn't that mean he just never had the buyback period because he was winning every game?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
No, also that means he had to play with North American players, which means you got to do what you got to do to win those games.
I see. 18,000, 19,000 net worth lead. Gaimin Gladiators getting the diebacks out of Nigma Galaxy. Say, let's just get into tier 4s.
Yeah, this one's over. You just can't see a way for Nigma Galaxy to win the fights anymore. You play this SF carry style, and you're slowly getting outscaled in these fights. He's running out of DPS. GH gonna put him to sleep one more time. Says you can't do anything about it.
And they will in turn put him to sleep.
They got him.
Take him out to a farm somewhere.
Okay, that's a little too graphic, Austin. It's a PG channel.
Not according to what you said.
Holy fuck, what a vacuum!
Another 3-man vacuum from Ace. Just to put the cherry on top of this game 2. Welcome to the game, everybody! Holy shit, it's Gaimin Gladiators versus Nigma Galaxy, and we have no idea what the fuck is going on. Noob is already dead. Watson has claimed first blood, and they're going for more. They're going for Yamich, the support centaur, as well. He's fine, he's fine, he's good. Welcome to game 3, everybody.
What happened?
I don't know. Apparently, somebody decided to dive Gaimin Gladiators tier 1 tower. It didn't go well.
How did Ogre deal the most damage in that fight? He doesn't have a spell.
The battle begins.
That shouldn't happen.
He just beat him down with the club.
Bounty runes are still going to be a 2-2 split, so Gaimin Gladiators, very good start for them.
Did get a base damage buff on the Ogre.
Yeah.
It's really hard now.
78 damage, level 1. That is something.
Smash him, bash him, stick him in a stew. Ogre Magi's coming for you.
This is going to be quite the lane. Ogre Magi versus 2 melee heroes. A support centaur for Yamich. He has no armor.
Yeah.
He's just going to get his ass clubbed to death.
Did not buy a ring. Very interesting. Didn't go.
Wolfu is dead? Wait, no, he's going to try and heal. Okay, the heal isn't that good.
Well, that effect is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I cannot believe he didn't go the money bags. Just do it. I mean, come on. Like, what? It's just another misclick, I guess. A lot of misclicks in this series. As the wave pulling shenanigans, you can't pull against Ogre. He's gonna beat your ass. He's gonna beat your courier's ass.
Slowed down by the blood grenade. This man is dead.
Okay, well, he needs a couple more buffs, apparently.
Or maybe he just needs level 2, so he actually has some spells.
That's right, he's too dumb right now.
Real, recognize real. You believe in this support Nature's Prophet?
Not really.
Why not? Because this facet is pretty strong.
Maybe I just need to see it more. I mean, the laning, it has to be broken.
Has been killed.
Yeah, for sure.
This is gonna be one of those
basically
heroes.
gave him Leech Seed.
Yeah, this hero has to be inball, especially in a 2-on-2 lane, where he doesn't have to CS and just spam Sprout off cooldown.
Yep.
I believe in that part of it.
I mean, later on, you still have, like, you're a global hero. You have a slow with your Shard, which you're likely to get off the Tormentor.
If Pro Dota has shown us anything, it's that as long as you can abuse a lane, you tend to be completely viable. The rest is irrelevant. So maybe he will be very strong in the meta.
Our mid lane matchup, though, OD. People keep on bringing this hero back.
God knows why. Valve keeps trying to kill him, so.
GH, teleport away. Smart move from Tofu. That'll live GH.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Denying himself on neutrals. Well played.
A long death time reverse an Axe lane, though. I guess Ghost is happy with the solo XP. Maybe not the worst outcome exactly. 3-minute Lotus spawn. Malady fighting for it with the big club versus the 0 armor. He's got 1 armor now.
Now the teleport comes in from Tofu. It's a 2 versus 3. Malady will survive. See if Noob is able to run his way out of here. Hit by a blood grenade, so very unlikely. Watson will gun him down. 3 kills for Gaimin Gladiators.
Super strong fight.
Dire's top tower is
Coming
under
in
attack.
as you hit the level 2 on the Ogre. You get your Sprout heal coming through. Power of the Furion being able to rotate, and the fact that GH died to neutrals meant he was off the lane so long, you don't get any punish on this Axe. This is a super strong start for Gaimin here. Particularly as Terriblade. We got the first blood, now he gets an extra kill. He is climbing the chart fast.
Man, it's feasting for sure.
I mean, what is the build on OD? Is it still just the same? Force Staff, Hurricane Pike. Sumail likes Blink on this hero a lot of times too. He likes to be more aggressive with it.
Yeah, I can't imagine there's anything. There's no item changes that I can recall that would be like, oh yeah, this hero's going to be much better because of this.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. Also not a hero that cares about any of the amplification changes, I think.
No.
He's not really mana regen based. He's just mana based.
Yeah, Meteor Hammer got nerfed, so even that is like, whatever.
I wasn't buying that before anyway. Try and steal some mana out for Quinn, go for the level 6, maybe solo kill him. That's your best bet here for an early game. For him, as the pressure is mounting up, man, Ace is just laying into the Phoenix up here.
Still having to dive. GH really trying to hold off on using that. But not much is going to stop Ace from killing this wave. GH has got to be careful, though. If Ace runs at him, he dives away. The Furion might teleport on him, but not right now.
That was a big courier kill, losing boots on his Axe.
Radiant's top tower
Just trying to
is
creep
under
cut,
attack.
trying to run you down. Removes a lot of the aggressive potential here.
Down to 6 HP. Still had stick charges, but... Another pull for Yamich. I'm surprised he took Counter-Strike on support Centaur.
That is interesting. He wants to deal the deeps, you know?
Or maybe because he's support, he's going to go Tranquil Boots, so he doesn't want the other one.
It's still boost speed, though.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to turn down. I would have taken that other one. Maybe he knows something we don't.
Guess we'll have to wait and see. In the meanwhile, he's just going to stack since his lane is not so good. Trying to play for the Power Rune. All ins for it and doesn't get it.
Man, that's a nice one. 6-minute Arcane for a Storm. Juicy.
If anything, Yamich is lucky to walk away from that situation.
Do you have Sanity's Eclipse online? Your biggest spell in this early game as Nigma Galaxy. You don't have a lot of play creation in this lineup either. This feels like a very clunky lineup to play. You need a lot of farm on the 3 cores. They're all kind of independent. Your 2 supports are pretty slow in terms of initiation power. Not a lot of early game damage. very slow lineup. Dangerous lineup to play against a team like Gaimin.
Yeah, particularly since you said this series, Ace, will go down here. You said this series felt like game 1 and 2 was a lot about whoever could get the ball sooner, and that has got to be favorable for Gaimin Gladiators in this setup, right? Definitely feels like their ball, to me, just makes more sense.
I would agree with that. It looks more streamlined.
Oh, he almost still got it. That help air claps, he might have been able to get them tonight. Of course, a decent amount of that is dependent on when Ace is going to be coming online. He's going Blade Mill first. Nothing too strange about that. We have seen Ace kind of delay Blink Dagger. He's just not really a Blink Dagger guy, you know? Sumail still trying to play in this as a safe lane, but it's not working out well for him right now.
He's burning out.
TP in from Tofu, drops the Sprout. Immediately the ultimate is going to be put to use by Sumail, but it's not enough to threaten anybody. Gaimin Gladiators will just push through it to kill him.
That thing did nothing. That was an embarrassingly useless Sanity's Eclipse.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Why was it so bad? Did he not hit the... It was a raindrop, but these heroes are pretty low mana heroes.
Yeah, he has like 1,000 more mana than the Ogre.
Yeah, the Ogre literally has 0 in, so... I feel like that should have done more there. You know, maybe the spell's bugged or something. You can always just blame it on the new patch, right?
Yeah, sure. Welcome to the new patch, same as the old patch. OD, maybe not the best. Noob gets off the Rolling Thunder, so he'll survive, but he won't be able to get a kill for it. As it stands, kind of chill post-laning phase. Everyone's just kind of farming.
You do have a free farm Morph lane. Nigma Galaxy secured that lane eventually. Kicked Ace out. You have this Morph lane against the Terrorblade matchup. Should be happy with that as this game scales. Tough Terrorblade game to carry in the late game. That is for sure. Against OD Morph lane. You just have to get there if you're Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, you're definitely looking at a much earlier game timing for Gaimin Gladiators, right? Like the Axe counters the Morphling early on. You've got the Terrorblade matchup against the Morphling, which you don't want to go late. Certainly don't want to be going too late against an OD ever.
Ace did not roll chip vest though.
That hurts.
Ooh, I mean, this just seems like a mistake.
Could have gotten an extra 30 damage every hit when he calls. Surrounded by heroes, Noob trying to protect the male, gets a good stomp from Yamich, that helps, but still the OD falls and Yamich isn't far behind. They both go down. Ghost though, I mean it looks good. Reflection on Forb looks very pretty. He'll pick up the kill on Tofu at least. Noob is still looking at it, looking at Malady, he's low. Rolling Thunder's now up, maybe a bit too late for that though.
Gotta respect this Bloodlust Terrorblade. Kind of nasty in these early fights, how much damage you can output just running people down. As Watson gets involved again, and you know what I've been saying, Austin.
Get Watson involved.
Watson involved, win game. Except that Weaver game, that was too involved.
Well, you said he was the only one really doing stuff in that game.
Yeah, I think he played fine. That game was just a really
leave it at the feet of everybody else.
And that Sven game, that was also the pick though.
Well, yeah, that was TY's fault. That wasn't Watson's.
Getting a lot of curios here.
Noob gonna be pulled back into his death, completely underestimating. I mean, his supports can't do much. If he gets jumped, it's not like Centaur's gonna do anything for you. He's level 4.
Yeah, this Centaur seems useless. Nigma might have overcooked with this one. I don't see what Yamich is going to do with a level 4 Centaur at 11.5 minutes in this game with no other setup other than Astral. I mean, this is This is a game where it's already, you know, good luck, Mr. Ghost. I hope you carry.
Yeah, it kind of is. Ghost has done amazing things on the Morphling before. Nice deny from Noob.
Got it.
That's something.
Got it. Good. You have very little lockdown for this Storm, though, man. It's going to be another big problem in this game. Particularly if he's jumping Sumail at this fight. This is not a hero you can just Astral and ult. He's not going to have that low mana pool. Yeah, let's get off that jungle centaur. We don't want to watch this.
Oh, no. Whoa! Ace catching Ghost in the jungle. Doesn't need a Blink Dagger. Rounds the corner, catches him with the call Blade Mail. That's good enough.
That's a massive find for him. He's level 10, almost 11 now. It's going to accelerate his Blink. That's the one guy you can't have going down in this game if you are Nigma Galaxy. He has to carry it. He's going to have to carry it hard.
There is this combo of Supernova plus Rolling Thunder that Nigma have. If they're starting a fight.
This play straight up.
Very slow reactions from Ghost.
Or was it tactical?
What? Would you care to explain? It was a tactical death?
I'm just saying if that were Miracle, people would probably say he had a purpose or something. So we should give him the same benefit of the doubt.
Okay. What about this stuff? Is that tactical too?
No. But what are you supposed to do about that?
Ace fighting it out. Rolling Thunder, here comes. And they still have the egg too, so this is not an easy fight.
There's your combo, Austin. Egg Rolling Thunder.
It hits some heroes, unfortunately. Oh, what a Thunder!
Clutch.
Watson thunders Ace, a full HP. Axe back into play, and Watson will still play out the fight with his boys. Nice stomp from Yamage, hits two, but it doesn't do enough damage. Nobody is doing enough damage. Now Noob's going to be chased down as well. Gaimin Gladiators, the ball is already online, and it is rolling over Nigma Galaxy.
I'm not going to lie, these sprouts have looked pretty impactful when you're taking these early of a fight with everybody joining. Just heal everybody back up. You're locking heroes in this annoying spell at the same time. Very good Thunder from Watson. That was absolutely on point. He's able to heal back up anyway. You get a little dunk action on top of it, getting some coats of blood going.
Yeah, already up to 6 charges, 1.8 extra armor.
You could have landed this combo on Ace when he was still under the egg. It's a very different fight, but this fight gets pulled down. Ghost does call him. That was kind of a nice play.
That was cool. Set up the stomp.
But, of course, this entire fight is you without your mid. You have no OD for this fight. If you have OD there, you can turn that around.
Yeah, we've only seen one Sanity Eclipse so far.
Hero's just so slow. He is getting brutalized this game, man.
He's going to go for the Midas.
Oh, that's a... I think that's... I don't even know if that's a medicinal Midas. That might be the mortuary Midas.
That might be the...
That's a Midas you build to claw your way out of the grave.
It's pumping up the hits on the Morphling just for a sweet release at the end. Any other Midases?
No, a lot of Curios and a lot of Polywog Charms.
Yeah, no wonder the Sprout looks so good. There's 3 Polywog Charms everywhere. Everyone's regenning up.
There's a lot of threats Nigma are going to have to answer in this game. A Storm plane versus very limited stuns. An Axe who can solo kill your carry if there's no Astral save.
Yeah.
Bloodlust Terrorblade, Bloodlust Storm going through. Just wreaking havoc. Your support Centaur still isn't level 6.
Oh god, he isn't.
This is
16
really
minutes
bad.
in.
This is really bad. We just got it.
Immediately smokes up.
I mean, I don't know if Sumail wants to smoke right now. Like, smoke him to some neutral.
Got the initiation onto the Morphling and dunks him down. Man. Wrath of Nature and the Axe Call. It's a heavy mana burst. And now the smoke breaks. Malady, the Ogre, he just trundles on through. forcing an initiation out of Samael, or the imprisonment's going to be used. GH has to use the egg. Can they get to the egg? The Rolling Thunder hit, but there's two different heroes hitting him, and he will fall. Nigma backing up to the base, long zip in, all the way into the tier 3s. There's over. Nothing Nigma can do.
This might be over.
It's looking kind of over, Avery. A call to go. They have one last person left. It is a team wipe.
This is looking like a severe outdraft the more we watch it. I just don't know how you're supposed to find enough pace in this lineup. Definitely some missed execution, but this game looked really difficult to execute for Nigma. I just don't know how this Centaur was supposed to have an impact in this game when his cores are this slow.
Yeah, I think that's a fair question to ask. Poor man shield Terrorblade. Good luck hitting him with any physical damage ever. Buffed up with the Kyrgyz. Blocks 39 damage from melee heroes, 26 from range.
Not the best PMS game, to be honest.
No. But he was probably already untouchable. Noob. Oh, that's a dangerous move. Shows on the creep wave. Should have got caught by Ace. Instead, will be caught by Quinn. Another chop. It's stacking up. He's got 6 bonus armor already.
Yeah, that's a lot this early in the game.
Samael thinking about the mana difference between him and Gaimin Gladiators. They should be thinking about the armor difference between them and the Axe.
Instant loss on the ward. There is nothing going right for Nigma Galaxy in this game 3. It's hard to see the comeback potential. I mean, maybe some high ground holds Bonanza into a Morphling Rampage. I don't know. It's got to be Supernova going off while Gaimin all try and hit it and just getting crushed by Rolling Thunder Eclipse. It's kind of it.
While Ghost turns into the Terrorblade and swings on him.
Gaimin can just play the map though, right? You have Storm Fury on Axe. Super good heroes to push the lanes in and give a lot of kill threat. Any wards you drop, anybody you see, you just jump them. Nigma do get to game inside of the map with a couple of heroes, so do a little creep cutting, a little farming of their own. That's something.
Yeah, got a nice high ground ward to play around.
A little Ancient stealing.
This is a big Ancient stack, jeez. Gaimin Gladiators having 2 successful games. Nobody went back to clear this out.
In fact, you've seen what's getting drawn on that minimap. It's probably Gaimin going, they're here, guys. Which means we should just push or do Roche or go catch them. But you don't want to let these guys just farm.
Probably want to go high ground just to force him back for the Wisdom Shrine timing that's coming up in a minute, right?
That's another move you can make. You can also just go there. I mean, you have some global capability.
They're going to TP back, smoke back. We're still going to check the Dire jungle first. Long zip over. Not quite finding its mark. Mid lane, though, Samael gets caught by a solo Ace move. It's not enough to get the kill. And now he's going to have to use his BKB. And if he doesn't use his BKB, he might just die. Gets it off now.
The fact he already has BKB is pretty back-breaking here.
Yeah, 20-minute Blade Mail, Blink Dagger, BKB.
You just solo called your mid in the base and walked it off. That's not a good sign. Double bounty rune, though. Gotta take it from the tree. Gotta get out.
Make a run for it. Quinn, hot on his tail. Gets the pull back, and now they're going to wait for the morph. Ace. He was just waiting for him to try and make that TP move the entire time.
More armor for the Axe. Chop, chop.
Stacks keep stacking.
That little Treant Scout. That's all it takes. Do you like having the 5 Treants back?
I like having the big Treant gone.
Okay. What about the micro? You know, now we can finally go back to the traditional gameplay of blocking 5 enemy camps every 45 seconds that everybody was just thrilled about.
I will take that over the giant treant that 3-shot tier 3 towers. 100%.
Until you have it done to you for 45 minutes straight.
There's no way somebody does that for 45
I have had someone do it to me in a scrim.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a you problem because you had a 5 versus 4 game pretty much.
No, it was a core Furion at the time. It was an offlane Furion.
Okay,
and he perma-blocked all our camps for a 45-minute game.
Damn, slick move from GH, though.
You know who it was?
Who was it?
I'll give you one guess. Think of the cheekiest offlane player of all time.
I'm actually struggling with that. Ice, ice, ice?
That is correct.
Yeah,
it was ice, ice, ice.
Cheeky offlane. Yeah,
yep, Daryl. Bugger.
Offlane Furion, that's all he did. I should have thought immediately from the micro, honestly.
Yeah, I used to do it with the Broodlings too.
Yeah.
He's so annoying.
I remember when he would do he would kill the web so the spiders would surround you.
Oh yeah, that was next level.
That was very next level. Pretty much waiting for Gaimin Gladiators to force a high ground push. They have a little poke, do some good damage. They can back up and do Roshan. Now they force Nigma Galaxy back inside their base.
I mean, they're doing whatever they want right now.
Also, do you think Scotty is broken this patch?
It's too early to make a call like that.
I mean, I'm just going to say Gaimin Gladiators clearly think it's the item of the patch. They've wanted to build it all 3 games on one hero at least.
It has to be far better on the carries that want it because it's a stat item now.
For sure. But he tried to build it on Huskar. He wanted to build it last game. I can't remember on what hero.
Taunt action. They got the Storm stun.
Storm going to be able to zip away. He will, just not enough burst damage. That being said, Nigma Galaxy haven't lost anybody yet. Oh, Tofu. He teleports into the wrong neighborhood there. Slowed down by the reflection. Nigma Galaxy is still fine. So they actually get a kill. Not what they were originally looking for, but a kill nonetheless.
That was a GH buyback. You're not making headway. Can contest this Roshan? Probably not. Still meta available, in fact.
They still have Supernova.
Oh, yeah, maybe you can. You have Supernova Rolling Thunder. I think, actually, with all your old stuff, you should contest.
Yeah, what else do you have to lose?
I agree. I reassess the situation.
Also, Roshan might switch over to the other side, which might make things awkward.
Oh,
yeah, he went his initiation.
Roshan needs to think about joining the fight, too.
They'll still kill Malady. And now, Roche is definitely going to go over to the other side of the map.
I still think you want to look.
Oh. Tofu trying to catch somebody.
That's Astral on cooldown, though. This is free jump for Ace.
He is going to be able to get that jump, too. And he saves. They do have GH up here on the high ground. Gets a Glimmer Cape save. Did not have to use the Supernova.
Ogre buyback plus meta down. That's a win. And Roche is a-coming.
Looks like Gaimin Gladiators are maybe going to call it quits on doing the Roshan for now. No sense in like risking things or with this like big, potentially explosive 5-on-5.
That's a really nice ward if it stays up. GH sneaking in there with that Glimmer Cape, planting it right in the river. You just need one good combo at a choke point. You can crush this lineup move. They have BKBs on the Storm and the Axe, but you can definitely catch this Terrorblade.
Oh, they could run him down right now. They could go after this Terrorblade. Gaimin Gladiators are focused on map control right now. If Nigma doesn't make a play soon, they're going to be forced out of position by all the lanes pushing. Arcane Room gets grabbed. Quinn not going to be caught on it.
And just not enough confidence to man up for the Roche yourselves with this Vlad's Morphling. It's too scary sitting in that pit blind. You don't know if this Axe is just going to smoke in, jump you.
Yeah. So now, bottom lane's pushing in from Treants, top lane's pushing in from Terrorblade Illusions. You can see the connection. Gaimin Gladiators saying you have to split up. Unless you're going to ignore all this juicy, juicy farm, somebody's going to have to come down here. Ghost wisely is taking it with his illusions right now. But if he goes up the side of the map, he will end up underneath a ward.
Another arcane rune for Quinn too. That does not make the next fight easy, and the Scotty is done.
Spooky. Got the catch? No, they didn't. Call. A little bit off the mark as GH is able to dive out of the way just in the nick of time. Nigma Galaxy, I mean, they're doing a good job of holding things, but they still have to get this fight around Roshan. Feels like the only way they can come back in the game.
Did finish the Ags on the Pango. Hurricane Pike for Ghost. They have double Hurricane Pike now. Could make a massive difference in the fight if you can get him off on the Axe jump or hit this Terrorblade with one. But they're going to be late. This is way too slow.
And Ace, he's ready to intercept. Nigma Galaxy, don't get near the pit. Make a run for it. Got a stomp onto the Storm. The follow-up is not there, though, and the call on 2 is beautiful. It sets up the kill on Samael. Got the chop on him. Ghost, he turns into the Terrorblade, but he just doesn't win that fight, especially up against the Scotty. Maybe he can get out because GH is Supernova, and the Rolling Thunder from Noob, it's very strong. They managed to burn out the Axe, and Watson almost dead as well. Not that it matters too mumuch to him. He still has Aegis and Thunder, but
Supernova Rolling Thunder doing some work there. But ultimately, the Storm is still going uncontested. In fact, it's GH pulling the damage load. I mean, he's all the damage in that fight is this Phoenix with the double Sunray Egg.
Yep.
Sumail gets nothing off. The call was perfect from Ace on the counter initiation. And his fight's straightforward. Anytime he can jump OD, there's no other save in the lineup.
Yeah, it's true. Next, he's going to get an Aghanim Scepter, which pretty annoying for that Morphling. Reducing his attack damage 15%. He's just all base. Even if he doesn't die to the call, he's not going to do any damage either.
Aegis period not forcing the high ground. Well, I guess that's a win for Nigma. Tormentor on the menu for Watson. 3 minutes though. You gotta want to go high ground with this. I think that's too much time to just play the map. Eventually let Nigma get to some bigger items.
Well, if you had damage realms before, now there's going to be a fire shield on these heroes that assault your high ground.
Oh, that's the tipping point. Huh?
It's that damn
the
fire shield. How are you mocking me for this when last DreamLeague I was mocking you for this?
For what?
For the fire shield.
It's a good spell. I'm just saying that this game really, like, it's not.
If anything, this is exactly when it matters most. When you're so far ahead that they struggle to kill a single hero. Then the fire shield just pushes over the edge. They don't kill a single hero.
Yeah, but it's anti-synergy with that.
Mentally, they're like, guys, we can't get through a fire shield.
No, it breaks Ace mentally because it absorbs attacks, which means you're not hitting the axe blade.
Well, don't put it on in there.
Oh, okay, let me just
put it on the Terror.
Multicast it purposely on everybody else.
I mean, you could position so you're not.
Look at me. I'm the smartest Ogre Magi that's ever existed. I know how to target cast my multi.
What if you could do that? What if you could put a multicast priority, like a 1 through 4?
Yeah,
1 through 5 on your hero.
What if Slardar had an M60? I mean, these are ridiculous suggestions, Austin.
I mean,
let's stay in the real world.
In the new patch.
That would be kind of badass. That's what we call a U.S. Marine coming in from the river. Watson coming in,
brother.
Straight up the high ground. He's bloodlusted. He's fire shielded. He's solar crested.
He's got so many auras, and he's so big. A bloodlusted metamorphosis Terrorblade.
That's intimidating. They say size can be intimidating. I've seen it firsthand. Quad Gale Guard as well.
Yeah.
A lot of damage block. What are you laughing at?
Been intimidated by someone's size before?
I'm just saying, it can be.
Okay.
Dire
How much longer
are
on the
scanning.
Sages? 45 seconds. Oh, that was a move from GH. Dives right in front of them. They're getting good damage on Watson.
Really?
Again, it's still the Aegis. So you're going to lose something for this. Ace made his initiation. They killed the OD and the Centaur. Sumail already out of this fight. It's up to Ghost now to be able to carry it.
Well,
He gets his life cut short by a Culling Blade. Noob will experience the same. Buyback if you can. Some of us don't have it. There are only 2 damage dealers. The OD and the Morphling do not have buyback. It's useless.
Oh, Quinn's out of mana. Kind of.
Supernova. Quinn just mans up. Takes it with the BKB. And GG.
Okay. A fast game 3 as Gaimin close it out. They're looking pretty solid in this tournament. They're going to be playing some fast lineups, it looks like. Figuring some stuff out in this series that they liked after that game